All right, a young man who has been just unflappable for 4 days here on the PBA Tour, amateur Robert Smith, tournament leader.
And the 20-year-older left of 4 pins. 6-footer, 190, cool dude, and a national amateur champion, and he is so proud of being a member, and it's hard to become a member of Team USA Bowling.
Using PBA vernacular, he leaves nothing in the bag. He gets it all on that first shot. Powerful ball.
15 sanctioned 300 games. He heads for Colorado Springs, the U.S. Olympic Training Center, tomorrow. Here's Norm Duke. Here's 11th strike of the afternoon. 10 in the first match.
Well, Duke's so versatile. He can go straight as anybody out here in the tour. He can play in and out. He can throw hard. He can throw slow. Today, he's opted for the big hook, sending it wide with medium speed. Look at that stat. He's been pretty equal on both lanes.
Beautiful stroking here by Norm Duke. Robert Smith from Moore Park, California. Naturally would be a very big local favorite. He led the last 2 rounds, this 20-year-old. Just didn't come up, though.
Actually, I think he made a pretty good shot, Chris. He hasn't gotten the right line on this lane. As you look at his profile, this is one you're going to see again. This young man has a lot of talent, 5-step delivery. All the way through, he rips right onto the ball, but he leaves the 2-4. Oh, look at this shot. The 2-4, 8-10. He almost bounces the 2 into the 10 and back to the 8. That would have been an unusual conversion.
Now, Bo, we indicated he's a national amateur champion. Should he be able to win this match, the $44,000, does he keep it?
Well, he can keep the money, Chris, if he wins a PBA title, but he cannot bowl again in a PBA event in his lifetime unless he gives up his amateur status and becomes a member of the Pro Association.
Still no big break.
Just to kind of close that out, Chris, we allow amateurs to play 2 PBA tournaments a year in which they cash. After that, they cannot play again until the following year or become a PBA member. Now, as far as his amateur status with Team USA, it's a qualifying around the country for the top 6 amateurs to represent the United States in international competition for 1 year.
And, of course, his big goal is to become a PBA member. And they're the parents, and like cases we cited before, they're the people that get their youngsters started on the lanes. And they have some product there, like Norm Duke. Also, the Texan. 3 in a row. Boy, he's a machine.
Well, Duke #1 in average, 1991 at 218. That particular year, he averaged 232 in league, and that's probably the difference, I think, Chris, because I bowled both league and the PBA Tour in average for most players. You find it about 15 pins higher on house conditions than the PBA Tour if players want to draw a barometer.
Norm Duke stringing them 4 in a row. Championship match. We'll be back. Here's a name to remember. Jeremy Williams from Long Beach, California, an undefeated heavyweight contender. WBC Continental America's title. He was twice World Amateur Boxing Champion. His professional record is this: 14 wins, no losses, 11 wins by knockouts. In his first 5 fights, he only went 7 rounds total. Fights March 12th. ABC's Live World of Sport. He's fighting back, but Duke has gotten out to 4 in a row, but that strike coming for Robert Smith in the 4th.
The heavyweight among our 5 finalists today, tournament leader Robert Smith, Look at his position on the lane. To the extreme left. He's even going to drift a little bit left and start the ball between the second and third arrows with just tremendous wrist action. Great inside-out swing.
To relieve your worst cold symptoms.
That's right. Years old. Amazing. Streak ending after 4. And it's the...
Norm Duke drifting a little bit high on the right-hand lane. Head pin drives the 2-pin to the sideboard. The 2-pin gets between the 4 and 7s, takes out the 7. However, an easy spare, the 4 remains.
Just got it.
When Norm Duke won the 1993 Masters champion, he defeated another amateur, Patrick Allen. Just massacred him, 258 to 212, and here's another amateur who says he's going to remain so through the 1994 season, represent the United States, and then turn pro.
His 15th strike this afternoon. Norm Duke.
Hey, as you see our tournament leader, Robert Smith, step on the approach. Good setup. I like that left foot slightly in front of the right. Weight on the back foot, rock to the front. That sets up the timing. Good inside-out delivery.
His mother and father, Jim, Mary Smith, along with them. Hometown fans are rooting him on. He's here you see what happened last year. Congratulations to Walter Ray Williams Jr. Won it all. PBA Player of the Year, the Writers Player of the Year, and a lot of money. Here.
Walter Ray setting a new standard, 222, but the scoring was up across the board. Ferraro at 218. Now, a big shot for Robert Smith. He's still in the match.
He has 4 in a row. A 6-footer, 190, 20 years old. The only amateur in the AC Delco field, and he got there. Gained the spot by beating 60 others in a win spot sweeper tournament last week. Norm Duke won't back off. He'll be there, Bo.
I'll tell you what, Chris, Norm Duke, he didn't show much emotion, but he just got away with one. He sent it wide. He was hoping for anything to happen, and he got the best break he could. He just nicked the head pin, got the wall shot off the sideboard, and didn't show any emotion. Let's see what he does here. Can he keep the pressure on Robert Smith, who can just seems like he can do it all?
After opening with 4, marking with a spare, Norm Duke has 3 in a row and leads by 34, but now it's up to Robert Smith.
Duke uses his power, just saws the 5 out. The 2 drives into the 4, the 4 back into the 7, and a poised young Robert Smith up in the 8th frame. Trails by 34, but he can still win it all.
Oh, I'm impressed.
I am too, Chris. Before we went on the air, our guest announcer, Brian Voss, I spoke with him about this young man and even Norm Duke, and they both said he is the best amateur they have ever seen, and he's proven it to me and everybody else right here. Win or lose, he can still win the tournament. Only trails by 24. He can squeeze Duke with this strike.
Again, those 4 pins, Nelson. Gotta trip those 4s.
Boy, oh boy, that was an awfully good shot. He was just a little quick, a little anxious with it, and he doesn't get the good break off the sideboard. He still has a potential 234 game. The match is not over.
This is for the championship. $44,000 of the winner, the runner-up $22,005.
This could be the knockout blow. A strike here, Duke will win it. Same thing, heavy on the fingers, wanted it so badly that he just jumped on the ball and got a little bit out of his rhythm. Leaves the 4.
I know back in Detroit, the manager of advertising and marketing for AC Delco, our old friend Brent Snelson, is enjoying this near perfection we're having here in the championship game.
The number 2 computer-ranked player on the PBA Tour, Walter Ray Williams, number 1.
To spare in the 9th, 24 pins.
Right now, Norm Duke, looking at the sideboard, needs 9 pins to lock up the AC Delco Championship.
1-4 last year.
He asked 8 on the first ball to win. Not true. 8 and a miss them both. It's a potential tie. 9's the only lock.
That's straightforward down the middle.
Won the Masters in addition to the 4. And in the Masters, 43,600. How about today? 44. And you must congratulate Robert Smith. Not since Jack Nicklaus was an amateur golfer have I seen anything so impressive from an amateur. Really.
I agree, Chris. The irony of all this, Duke can shoot 258 for the second time to defeat an amateur. He's not going to do it. It's going to be a 247. Duke's got it locked. Robert Smith can finish out with a 234. Awfully good.
For Norm Duke finishing out here.